complete expert lost sectors in Destiny 2. Well, lucky for you, I am an expert at expert lost sectors. I have many clears of these. So this lost sector I'm going to be covering today is the Concealed Void expert lost sector over on Europa. You're going to need barrier and overload coverage. So this weapon type that I'm using is going to be a hand cannon because it is going to be overload hand cannon. The subjunctive SMG, which is barrier, as well as the Thunderlord, which is going to be overload. However, I have triple overload coverage with this loadout because, you know, SMG is anti-barrier. However, Volt Shot is actually going to stun an overload champion. So when I get a kill with my subjunctive, I reload it, it's going to jolt on the next hit, which will stun overload champion. So I have all three weapons here covered for overload champions. I do need to, don't make this noob mistake that I'm about to make and go in with a 1900 leveled weapon. That is a mistake that many rookies make when doing this. Lucky for me, I did this on purpose for the video. I have a weapon ready to infuse instantly. Always have multiple weapons to infuse. So I should be good on power level now. As you could see, I'm 2000 on my characters on all three. If you're not, it's not the end of the world. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I'm going to show you how to get through this lost sector as easy as you can. So if you just follow step by step what I do, maybe take notes, get the notepad out, we will get you through this lost sector and get that awesome exotic engram reward, as well as the legendary weapons you can get from this. Alright, so when we load in, there's going to be a couple enemies right off the rip. So we have our Thunderlord, which you want to save for the final boss. That's why we have the hand cannon and SMG coverage for all the champions and the enemies. You don't really need to use Thunderlord here yet. There's not many enemies that... So we got the overload stunned. We do need to reload. But if you keep shooting it, it will not get its health back. So I'm going to keep shooting it with the hand cannon. Once again, we want to save our heavy ammo. We almost got this overload dead. Just stay in this safe area over here, because there's other enemies around that corner. So I'm just kind of mapping this overload with this hand cannon. Let me go radiant here. And this overload's almost dead. I just gotta reload. I'll finish him off with the SMG. And I'm gonna reload the hand cannon. And we just have to be careful for a couple enemies here. And then some sniper vandals. And then we have the heavy shank as well that we need to kill here. I didn't bring any solar, unfortunately. And they're curving bullets, but they do that in these. I mean, this is end-game content, so you kind of have to expect that they're going to do that. Alright, so once again, I'm still working on getting this heavy shank. I think I'm going to pop prismatic here. And that's going to get him off the wall. I should be able to get him with that. I'm going to try to make a play here. Jump across. There we go. So as you see, we kind of have made it past the first big boss. Watch out for those as well. They can be a little sketchy. We're going to have a barrier. So we have two champions that just spawned in. We're going to have this barrier here. But lucky for us, we brought a hand cannon, and we also have our SMG for anti-barrier purposes. He does teleport, though. And you're going to have these shanks around that he's going to make immune. That you can't really avoid dying there, to be honest. He does make those enemies immune. So unfortunately, like you see immune, we can't do damage. So if you die, it's not the end of the world there. Just try to get this barrier out as fast as you can. He does teleport up and down, kind of. Alright. Like I was saying, you've got to be able to kind of play this coverage here. But lucky for us, I have Golden Gun. My gosh. See, he teleports like that, so you just have to play around the teleport. So I did connect on our golden gun there. It just wasn't enough. He healed a little bit. You see we did some damage there. But we have barrier coverage here with this SMG. He's just teleporting. And this Shank is almost dead. So we can pop that barrier shield. I'm going to get this Shank dead. He's not immune now. There we go. I'm playing this coverage here. They do throw these grenades that can also, like, do damage to you, but we just try to avoid that. The barrier is full health. There's just this weird bug. He teleports in the ground. You're just going to have to try your best to avoid the teleportation. But I can take his barrier out, get a couple hand cannon shots in. Like I said, you definitely want to save your heavy ammo for that final boss. And I am lasering him right now. Oh, I gotta reload. That's alright. Very high rate of fire with this subjunctive. We're doing pretty good. 5 minutes in. Plenty of time. This is a great farm, as you can see. He's almost dead. I'm gonna go for the finisher. Got him. Alright, you want to try to avoid this stuff down here. It does damage as well. But we do, when we kill a champion, we get a revive back. Oh, man. And I got some heavy here. So I can use some. I just picked it up. But I am going to save the rest now. I can use my hand cannon and keep my range here on this heavy Shank. Just like before. The one that we were fighting. Almost dead. He's halfway dead. Now, dumb players would see him finishable and run at him and try to hit the finisher. Smart players like me are going to stay back because we know this is an expert level lost sector here, so we know if we even try to do that, we're good as dead. So we take him out and we're going to have this Vandal just jump sometimes. I'm not using my stompies right now, so the jumping can be a little harder to do. We have another overload to take care of, and this sniper that we just got as well. And I have Radiant with a golden gun, which actually just took care of that overload champion in a second, which is awesome. So if you like me, we hit those. Alright, I just wanted to show off some of my reflexes real quick, you know. If you can't do that on an overload, it's not the end of the world, but I feel like I had to flex because I am going to put this on YouTube chat. We have some exploder shanks that are going to spawn in here. Another overload, which, as you see, I do not have my golden gun, but that's why I use it on the overload before this, because now I'm going to have my golden gun for the final boss. And I'm just going to keep my range here once again and kill this overload. Just be careful for a couple of those Vandals that are back there. You can't really avoid that. I mean, they don't miss. They do have aimbot. I'm going to play it safe and just kind of keep my distance. I don't want to jump across yet, as you see. You're asking just for death. Let me take care of this Vandal. Ugh. This overload's hiding around the corner, so kill the Vandal here. I don't know why we can't really hit him there, but I should be able to kind of see. Oh, no. So be careful for the second wave of exploder shanks. I did that just to show you. what can happen if you jump across. That's why you have to be patient here. Because if you jump across, that second wave is going to spawn in, and that will happen to you. But now, we can kill this overload and take him out. I just have to reload here. But we can keep him stunned with this hand cannon. And I can use some bit of heavy here. And I can finish him and get him. So now this is going to be the final boss room. So what I like to do in this room is I like to stay. Once again, play to your advantage. Keep your range. That's why we brought the hand cannon. So we have 2 revive tokens left. And just enemies hiding. I don't know really where it is. There we are. So I killed the last enemy. I think, yeah, we're going to have the big boss here. Gonna use my super here. Connected. I do have to reload my Thunderlord. And I do want to kill some of these enemies. I go Radiant here. As you see, if you're taking too much damage, you can jump kind of back here and almost get an angle. So our Thunderlord is going to do some heavy damage here. I'm just gonna play it safe here because this boss does a lot of damage. But Thunderlord, it's just so good. Oh my. Kind of thought that would have did a decent amount there. That's alright. That's why we have those revive tokens. You've got to get aggressive too sometimes. And then more enemies are going to spawn in here. So we're going to do our best because that servitor can make these enemies immune. So I am low on Thunderlord. So I should probably save some. I could probably even. I only have 1 revive, so this is where you've got to start playing your life a little bit more. I try to run away, but they curve their bullets, so once again. We have no revives left, so it can happen even when you do a bunch of these. Alright, there's the servitor down, so he can't go immune. And Thunderlord just does its thing. And I'm going to try to get this chest. Oh, got it. So as you can see, easy Legend Lost Sector farm in Destiny 2, the final shape. That took 11 minutes and change, I believe. So if you want to be an expert like me, 12 minutes and 22 seconds. That's still pretty quick. I mean, most people it takes probably around 20 or so. Triple overload coverage, as you saw, saved the day. Golden Gun with Celestial just does so much damage. If you want more videos like this, if you need more tips and tricks, be sure to follow the stream. Click the bell, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one for the next Legend Lost Sector coverage tutorial guide. Peace out, my friends.